We thought our life was going to get better. We thought our life was going to change. We thought economy was just going to flourish, man. Economy was going to be prosperous. We thought everything was just going to be straightened up. Everything was going to be fixed, inflation was going to be dropped down to zero. We thought the world is going to be at peace, baby. And here we are. It's not even more than 6 months, and Donald J. Trump has turned the world upside down. You see, Trump prides himself as a best negotiator. He prides himself in his negotiating skills. And he made a lot of promises. And one of the promises he made was for him to end a war on day one in his office. Here we are, still back and forth of negotiating with Putin, and Putin, he sees that he have a little bit of more leverage on the battlefield. He just recruited now 160,000 Russian soldiers to join the others in the battlefield. You see, the problem that I have with this whole thing that is going on, is that Trump is loved by many and is hated by many. And there's also people who are neutral. There are people, a person like myself, I'm a fan of Trump, but you know what? I'm a realist and I'm a human being. When something is wrong, I just have to say it. I'm not one of those people who just gonna go along just to get along. You know what I'm saying? I know there's some people who are hard, who are lovers and true followers, who are committed to Trump, but they can see that there's something wrong with this. I don't agree with that, but they will still say, oh, they will just basically gloss over it. You cannot gloss over some of the issues that impacts human beings, human beings' life, because life is valuable. You might think you are in a good position because whatever that Trump does doesn't really affect you. I know we have a lot of people who are having a massive following. People like Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate, I've never seen Andrew Tate disagree or being over critique about Trump. Oh, Trump is cool, man. He's the best president. He's a king. He's that and that. And then you get people like Jesse Peterson, Candace Owens, the Hodge twins. Those are the people that you will never see them criticizing Trump or disagreeing with Trump. And that's a shame. Because if you are a realist, you are a real person, you should point out things that you disagree on it and still be a fan of Trump. Like for me, I'm still a fan of Trump, you see? And I've been a fan of Trump, bro, for years. You see this book? I read this book more than 3 times over because I wanted to get the information. I wanted to acquire the knowledge and information, and the skills that, to develop my skills, my negotiating skills, because this book called The Art of the Deal, How to Get Rich, you see. But we just cannot overlook the fact that some of the things that Trump does are really unnecessary and are unjustifiable. I know it's not justice what happened to the man in Maryland. Trump administration just put an innocent man to El Salvador prison, in Maryland, a father. Think about it, if that was you in that position, you just thrown in with criminals in jail in one of the hardcore prisons in the world. You are thrown there with MS-13s and MS-18, whatever the fuck they call themselves. You are there. And man, never committed a criminal. You don't have no federal case on your name, but because you look in a certain way and people just decide, oh, you belong there. That's where you belong. They throw you there. And you know what's the saddest part about this? Is that they say they cannot get that man back. They cannot pull that man out of that pit. So that means the man's just going to suffer there. Man, that's injustice, bro. Can you feel the pain that man must be going through? You know, that's being heartless. So you cannot gloss over things that really have impact on human beings' lives. And I like what Joe Rogan said in one of his episodes on the podcast. You know, he mentioned something that a lot of us should start to think about. You see, we can love Trump, disagree with him respectfully, and still be his fans. I don't get this thing of people just go along to get along. I understand people, they're afraid of losing followers, they're afraid of losing subscribers, they're afraid of losing, man. We shouldn't be like that, bro. We should live in a world where we can disagree, but we can still like each other. We have to get to the point where we can disagree, but we can still respect each other. We can still talk man to man. You know what I'm saying? One of the reasons why I talk about this is because Trump, since he took over in the White House, since he occupied the office, the Oval Office, it's been threats, ultimatums, you know, cutting fundings, you know, you name it. Threatening to bomb Iran, threatening this one. But why can't we just talk and have peace talks? Why can't we bring peace in the world? Why every time we have to threaten each other with nuclear wars, bomb this one, go kill this one, take money from that one? We shouldn't live in this world system. You see, pre-elections, the Americans were given two options. And the alternative, which wasn't really a good one, which it was Kamala. But it seems like people start to have trust issues with Trump. People start to lose loyal towards Trump. They start to question their credibility the credibility of Trump and ability of Trump driving the economy forward and really delivering on his promises. Stick to what is right. You see, you have to associate yourself with the truth and what is right to make a good governance. And in South Africa, the same thing happened to South Africa. In South Africa, we had a government of the apartheid government and the current administration, which is the ANC. You see, the apartheid government system didn't work, and the ANC government isn't working either. So we need a new system. We need to find a new government, a government that cares, a government that knows how to govern the country, manage resources, let the economy, man, prosper and drive the economy and just give us peace, economy, education, you know what I'm saying, man, safety. Those are all the things that we need. But we in a world where this country don't know what's going to happen. This country, Trump can wake up tomorrow and say, I'm imposing tariff on your ass. I'm doing that. Man, are we really in this world where we cannot find peace? Because we thought peace was going to be restored because we put the man in the office, which exemplifies courage and strength and all the prescribed attributes of a strong leader. But here we are, some of us or some of the people who cast their vote, they start to have trust issues. They start to question their actions and their commitments, you know. Yeah, man, I'm still a fan because I still want to get here, how to get rich. I've been having this book for years, bro. So we need to talk about these things, man. We need to get to the point where we can talk but still respect each other, be cool, but point things that makes us unhappy. I don't want to live in a world where we all fake, we just go along to get along. I want to live in a world where everybody's free to speak their minds, bro. I want to live in a world where people can address their grievances without fear or favor. And we can get to the point where we reach a common ground and we fix our issues. Not these threats and ultimatums, killing this one, bomb that one, take money from this one,